Well, it sure is.
Chris, how you doing, man?
I'm good, guys. How are y'all?
We're good. Your voice sounds extra deep today.
That's always deep.
No, it's just because I just woke up. That's fine.
I wondered, are you at home or are you on the bus?
I'm actually in Nashville for once.
Wow.
This is actually my week off, but I wanted to talk with you guys about the show. So,
Aw.
It's very kind of you for doing that.
We
That's
appreciate
great.
that. Yeah. Well, let's
no,
talk.
no, it's very kind of you guys because it's really kind actually for you guys to give me time to talk on your show. So that's
No.
what it is.
Anytime.
Anytime for
anytime,
Chris
man.
Young, absolutely.
Well, and we're excited to have you here May 11th, the show at Everwise Amphitheater and the Young Love and Saturday Night Tour, named after the single, named after the album. And what's cool, people may not realize this, but you produced this album as well, which you've been producing albums for a long time. But I want to know, is there something we should be listening for? Is there something special that you're like, I don't know if people are going to catch this or not?
Actually, what you just leaned into is the funny thing. I have been producing or co-producing my songs on every record since I'm coming over, which is I think almost 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Man.
I don't think people realize that sometimes, and I'm just like, oh, but like for whatever reason, this album was the one that popped up and was like, hey, he produces.
And you're like, where have you been?
Yeah.
Well,
You know, the thing is, that's not the most important. It's more that people like what I'm putting out. So as long as people like it, I don't care.
stick to what works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Well, obviously that's a cool thing to be able to say, but let's say you had an opportunity to produce for a different artist. Who's that dream artist that you're like, I'd really love to produce, but not even be featured on?
Man, I don't know. There's a lot of people that I could name. I think it'd be fun to work with Luke Combs on a track.
Oh, that'd be
I think
fun.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Now, we got to talk about food for a minute. I know you love breakfast food, but I also heard you love Pop-Tarts. Maybe not as much now because I know you're on a health kick, but we always debate frosting or no frosting.
I'm a no frosting Pop-Tart guy.
You're a demon.
Yes.
That's what Deb says.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to have frosting.
That was something that I said many years ago, like almost 17 years ago, and people started bringing me Pop-Tarts every show for a long time. I had to be like, hey guys, I don't eat Pop-Tarts anymore.
Not that many, at least. Yeah, no
Yeah,
kidding.
switch to toaster strudels now. So
Give us an idea. What's breakfast for you these days?
You know what? Actually, one of my favorite things in the world is just eggs and wheat toast.
Okay.
Really?
Simple.
Yeah, a lot of people, it's funny because I've talked to like friends of mine and some of them just don't like eggs.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? It's good protein, but you get sick of eggs after a while, don't you? You have to mix it up a little bit or throw in cheese or something.
I'm a creature of habit. I'm really bad. I could eat the same. When people go like, hey, what would you take to a desert island? I win that game every time because I could eat like 2 things and listen to the same record over and over and over and over and over.
Very simple guy.
You're going to be here during the month of May. Of course, that's a big month for us as well, Indy 500. Would you consider yourself a fast driver, or you a couple miles below the speed limit when you're driving?
Do you want me to tell you the truth?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. We want you to, you've always been honest with us. Be honest.
Normally, I am a regular speed driver. That being said,
Mhm.
And you would have to go back and look at it.
Mhm.
The white Challenger that's in the I'm Coming Over video.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the matte black Challenger that was in the video, I believe, for Looking for You, on this record.
Yeah.
That's the same car. It's wrapped and I basically created a Hellcat before they had that as an option. So it's got a supercharger, custom intake, exhaust, Brembo brake system. It'll go.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you know your stuff. Like if you had mechanical issues with your vehicle, could you get in there and do some work under the hood?
Any of the newer cars are much more difficult.
Yeah.
If you're talking about stuff that was before all of the computer systems, like gate kept everything,
Mhm.
yes.
Mhm.
I'm impressed.
I wonder if we were to have him like stick around for like, I don't know, a week or two till the 500, if we put him in the pit. If he
I'm
could
thinking,
do
I'm
that.
thinking driving the pace car.
Yeah, or that too. Yeah.
That would be so cool.
Have you been to the Indy 500?
I've never been to the Indy 500.
Oh, we got to make that
wow.
happen, man.
That's what I've been to, a lot of NASCAR stuff. I've been to many other racing events that are not NASCAR related, but I have not been to the Indy 500.
First time for everything.
We got to
gotta
make
be
that
on the
happen
list for
yeah,
sure.
That'd be fun.
Every time I think of the Indy 500, I obviously think about the normal things that people would say, but then all of a sudden, like in the back of my head, all I can hear is the movie quote, "Milk was a bad choice."
That's right.
Yep.
So we've talked a little bit about your cars and that side of things. Is there something else that you're into, a hobby, something that you collect that people may not know about?
I'm a huge watch guy.
Okay.
Really?
Watch. How many do you think you have in your collection?
I have way too many.
Yeah.
Wait. So does that mean you're on time all the time? Are you always on time?
Well, I'm late today because the first interview I had, both of the numbers said they were not in existence anymore. So that's why I was late calling you guys.
That's funny.
Well, for instance, I'm a Blue Wave that they discontinued. So I've got a lot of different stuff in my collection.
I think that's cool.
That is real cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
not only cool for that reason, but also the day and age we're in with smartwatches.
That's
and
true.
You're going with the Rolex, you know.
Well, and we all look at our phones for the time,
Yeah.
not a fancy Rolex
Right.
like Chris Young. That's awesome.
Well, let's say this. I had no money the first 4 years of my record deal because I didn't have any hits until then. So this has just become something that I collect. I would also say guitars, but that's obvious to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I saw your first time that you headlined here at Gamebridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis. You don't realize how many Chris Young hits there are until you see you headline a show, and I was blown away. It was very impressive. So we're excited to have you in on May 11th.
Well, I'm really excited to be there. And obviously, every time I've been through Indy, I've always had a great time. The crowd's amazing. And I'm just looking forward to being back.
That's awesome. Yep.
Excellent. Well, we appreciate you giving us some time, and look forward to seeing the show. And thank you again for taking some time with us.
Go get some eggs and wheat toast.
Yeah.
You have no idea, but I'm literally about to walk back into somewhere to go eat eggs and wheat toast.
Okay. Real quick then, do you like scoop the eggs onto your toast and eat it that way, or do you do them separate?
Either or, but I normally eat my food separate. I'm normally a separate food eater. Like,
You can't
some people
touch.
like mix all their food together.
Yeah.
I can't do that. I would be like, that's a demon.
That's a demon.
Well,
Awesome.
Chris, we appreciate your time. Thank
Yeah.
you for calling in and giving us some time today.
Yeah,
we
you're
appreciate
always
it.
welcome.
Yep. Call anytime.
Anytime.
Of course.
All right, buddy.
Hey, thank you guys so much.
You bet.
Absolutely. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Chris.